Hello all, my name is Brenda Nicole and today I'm going to be talking about a subject that is obviously not the easiest to talk about, and I'm going to try to do it, slightly fast because I have an event to go to and it's just not very fun to talk about, but I do think that it's something that I should kind of bring awareness to because I don't want it to be like taboo or something that's shameful because, well, I'm gonna get into all of that. So, yes, I have dermatillomania, and basically what that is like a skin picking disorder. I skin pick, and I specifically only do it on my lips, my fingers, like around the nails, the cuticles, and on my feet. I mean, this has been happening for literally as long as I can remember, for a very, very, very long time. But in the past, I want to say like 5 years, it's when it's gotten really, really, really bad. I am going to be including some graphic images. They might be highly disturbing to some viewers, so if you can't deal with blood or kind of like very graphic hurt body parts, then you probably do not want to watch this video because I'm really gonna get into it. Basically, it just kind of started with, like, for example, right here I have little pieces of skin that are lifting, and it just started with me kind of biting them off like this. Like I would see that I had little pieces of skin and I'd just start biting them off, and sometimes they don't come off all the way, so I'd like pull them until I had, like, it was flat. I didn't have any other pieces of little skin that I could feel. And I haven't really gotten too into it, but I think what's happening is that I have this kind of, I don't even want to say conscious, it's definitely more unconscious desire or preconscious desire to have everything be uniform on my hands and my feet and my lips. So without even noticing it, this is not a conscious process. I do want to let people know that it's not like me wanting to like actually physically hurt myself. I will be doing anything. It is worse at night. I'll be just sitting on the couch, browsing my phone, watching a movie, working, doing any kind of like mindless task, a task that doesn't really require you to focus too much onto something. And I will, without even noticing, kind of start looking for it. So my hands, by themselves, it's like something else is controlling them, will start looking through my fingers if there's anything that I can pick at. I also sometimes do bite my nails. Right now, it's not that bad. They're not that bad. Especially this one. This one's all nice and pretty. But, like, I don't cut my nails. I rarely ever file or take a nail cutter and cut my nails. Like, they're this short because I do tend to bite them a lot. And so I'll just, like, be sitting there on my phone, and I'll just start, even with, if I have my phone in one hand, I'll take the other hand and I'll just start looking for things. And like I said, right now, I can immediately, like, my brain immediately knows that right here I have some little skin pricklies. I don't even know what it's called. This has a name, but I can't remember. And I'll start picking at it. I will either take it, I will pinch it and rip it off, or I'll take it and I'll like pull it off until it just becomes long enough so that it will break. I have done this to my lips as well. My lips used to have the little, like, I don't even know, it was just a little piece of skin that kind of makes like a little heart. Because it was uneven, it would like dip into my lips. It was uneven and I would feel it all the time. With my lips, most of the time, I want to say about 70% of the time, I do it with my teeth. So I would feel that little piece of skin in the middle of my lip, and I would take my teeth and I just would rip it off. And I would just do this all the time. And like I said, this is not a conscious process. It just kind of happens. Now, when you do eventually, you feel pain, you're like, ow, that hurt. But the second that you do that, you are too far in. I like to describe it as like a trance, like literally being hypnotized and the little circles are going in your eyes. It is hypnotizing. You are in a trance-like state. Once you start, it is so difficult to stop. If I am picking at my fingers or especially my toes, I don't even realize it until I feel pain. And the second that I feel pain, I realize that I'm way too deep and I cannot stop. Or it is at least very difficult to stop until it's done, until I feel satisfied that the area is completely smooth and there's nothing left to pick at. It's not even like, or at least in my case, I can obviously only speak from my experience, but it's not even like I have ill intent or I'm like feeling some strong emotion. I can see it, but I'm not like fully aware, completely mesmerized. I'm like half conscious, half not. It's not easy to explain if you've never felt it before, but it is very just, your hands are like not within your control. It literally feels like you're a passenger and not the driver anymore in the car. I've gotten better at like telling myself this isn't worth it. Nothing good can come of this. You need to stop. This is harming you. This is hurting you. And I can, now that I've been working on it, kind of like tell myself to stop. It takes a little while. It takes maybe a few seconds for me to finally get that last little piece. Eventually, again, I'll be doing something mindless, and without even realizing, I start picking again. I think the best comparison that I can give is when people on YouTube watch those dandruff or scalp videos or those pimple popping videos where you're like, oh my gosh, it's so satisfying. Like that urge that you get to pop a pimple, it is that exact same thing, but obviously on a completely different, more extreme level. I don't enjoy the pain. It's not something that I crave or anything like that. It's painful and it hurts and it stinks, and afterwards you feel horrible. My wounds bleed terribly and it's horrible. Like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to harm my body. It's not something that I look for. It's just my brain gets like entranced in this satisfaction of having my skin be smooth. And it really is weird to put it into words like this, but genuinely is, I think, the exact same feeling as like having this really big fat pimple that you're just like, oh my gosh, I just want to pop it. I know it's bad and it hurts also in the process as well, but you're just like, I don't care if it hurts, I just want to pop it. And after you pop it, you're like, okay, yeah, that was satisfying, I feel better. And it's the same thing. And I think pimple popping is maybe also a different form of dermatillomania. That's maybe where it could have started from. But this is just like a step up from that. And yeah, it's not fun. I am currently working on it. I am bringing it up to my therapist. I realize that I do have control over it. It is kind of frustrating after the fact when you start to feel this extreme shame and guilt from doing it. I have gotten to the point where I have ripped entire toenails off when it's gotten really bad. I don't know what my triggers are still to this day, other than like quote unquote boredom and being like left alone. It's almost like my head knows that it's wrong, and it is very frustrating and scary when you don't feel like you're in full control of it. If you interrupt yourself in the middle of a picking session, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna go back without even realizing. But I'm trying. I mean, look at my hands. My hands are rarely ever this good. Like I said, I have this. And everything else, like my cuticles are completely intact. My nails are growing. That is so amazing. I do have waves of it. Sometimes it's really good. Sometimes it's really, really, really bad. And I'm missing a few toenails and my nails are all horrible. My hands are like bleeding and they hurt. But right now I'm in a high point, and hopefully I can maintain it and just go on a steady incline rather than have really high highs and really low lows. When it comes to other people and them like kind of wondering what they can do to help you, it's difficult. I think this is a journey that the person has to take on their own, because bringing more shame, or when other people kind of point it out, it does bring 10 times more shame to it, and it makes you feel worse. But I also think that it depends on each person. Some people feel really, really, really bad when other people bring attention to it. For me, other people kind of holding me accountable, not to the point where they shame me or they're like scared for me, that just like shuts you down. But it is when you can have like an open and honest and just like safe conversation with someone, it does help a lot. At least in my case. Like I said, not everyone has the exact same experience in dermatillomania. This little piece that I used to bite off on my lip no longer exists. It's scar tissue now. And I picked it off hundreds of times, so many times that it just doesn't grow back anymore. And I think that's one of my biggest motivators to get better, because I am literally mutilating my body, and that is so scary, and I never want to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to have an open and honest conversation, non-judgmental and safe, of course, with anyone who knows someone or might also be struggling with this. You're not alone. It's scary, but you should not be ashamed to speak out about it or seek help. Please, please, please seek help. You are not a freak. You are not anything negative. This is something that, you know, it takes a lot of time and caring and love to get out of, but it is most definitely possible, and we can do it. My name is Brenda Nicole, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Bye.